And it looks like we are up and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's 100% that real quick though. No, it doesn't look like we hit live yet. Come on now, YouTube. Let's make this bad boy a public video. Let's go. Time to send out the bat signal is what we're about to do. Time to send out the old bat signal. Alright, time to send this shit. Send that bad boy and we publishing it and we can get started, but we do need some music in the background. So let's see exactly what we can do about some music. Apparently my guy Whitebat has been letting me down. He's been copywriting a bunch of my videos since I've been gone, so that's kind of unfortunate, but we're switching it up today and we are making it happen. How y'all feeling out there? How is the homies coming in? Close this bad boy out. We're gonna see what we can do, homies. Let's fucking go. Hope you guys are ready for quite the interesting experience over here. The homies coming in. Gotta mute myself on the other stream. Today we are going to be doing quite a bit. As you can see from the front of the screen here, we're going to be covering quite a bit of interesting things here. There we go. What the hell's happening there? We got a lot to cover today, homies, for everyone sneaking in slowly but surely. Feel free to say what's up. We're going to be making it happen through a variety of blogs coming up and a variety of videos. I'm going to react to a few for you guys, give you my opinion on shit. So, first one, obviously, we got repping today is Larfleeze versus Annihilus. Now, channel homie JobberGodot has been begging me to do one of these blogs, okay? Begging me to do one of these blogs on one of these streams, so I finally had to follow through and slam out this matchup specifically for good old JobberGodot. So if you want to thank anybody for this stream, it's probably him. Now, that being said, it's going to be a lot of information in this. Not going to lie, I'm mainly going to stick to the DC stuff because that's kind of the stuff I care about. So if I glance over some of the Marvel content and that salts you super bad, then just know kind of what we're getting into, right? I love me some Marvel shit, but I don't dive into the scaling in Marvel as much as I do inside, like the stuff inside of DC. So I think it'll be kind of cool to just wander through pretty much everything that good old Bangs Blogs has for us. What's up, homies in chat? Yo, I like the Clark Kent looks a whole bunch differently than the Superman disguise can actually be believable. Yeah, true, that shit makes no sense. Thanks, Dr. Goon. Hey. Shoutouts to the homie Doc Goon. Definitely not complaining about him, man. The guy's always supported my content for the most part, so I'll take it. How about it though, boys? Let's start off with this shit. Larfleeze, the agent of avarice. Annihilus, the living death that walks. Okay, it doesn't really seem like those two are similar based on that, but it is what it is. DC's and Marvel's greediest defenders, their weapons, dominions, and devastating armies at their beck and call. So much as eyeballs something they prize. What happens if they fight one another in a death battle? Let's go. Before we start, both know books and characters pretty easy to look at in terms of appearances. It's been said to death before you, so you already have what to expect in terms of what will be used. Pre-Flashpoint and Earth 616. Which, I guess, yeah, technically he does fit within that, because he started, what, 2005? Maybe just a little bit before that with Agent Orange arc. Annihilus, however, we have ultimately decided to include lots of technology he has initially lost at times, due to said technology being a massive part of the Annihilation Wave. So they're going to be giving him, like, Galactus is a fucking bomb? That's what I'm hearing. Yo, what's up, Rock? Chilling in the comments down low. I see you chilling. So they're gonna give, like, Annihilus everything he's ever had ever. Okay, that's curious, but it is what it is. If they take that interpretation, they're giving him, like, whole, like, fucking Galactuses he can blow up, then that's gonna be weird. But let's see what they got over here. He says, at first the origins of Agent Orange were shrouded in mysteries. Not even the Guardians of the Universe could document what the rise of Agent Orange was, or why he was the way he is. Okay, none of this is stupid. This is just wrong. The Guardians were literally there and have his story. They know how he became Agent Orange. They didn't know why he was such a shitty person before that. So I guess maybe this last part is somewhat true. Why he stole, why he cared for only himself, and why nobody else could have the precious trinkets Larfleeze owns. He just grew up in a family of fucking thieves, hoarders, and psychopaths. Over time, however, much has been revealed about the pertaining life to the billions of years ago, where the legend of Larfleeze began before taking the hold of the Orange Light. So wait, they say the origins of Larfleeze were shrouded in mystery. Not even the Guardians of the Universe could document what the rise of the Agent Orange was, except for that time when they were all there in his origin story. Like, that's kind of strange. Yeah, and then they go on to give that whole fucking life story. Yeah, they got taken over by the Lacadians. Larfleeze was forced to mate with some chick bearing a bunch of children, but they all fucking died. Actually, this is not how that was either, if memory serves right. He just betrayed everyone else, I think, on that ship and left them to fucking die so he could leave. I don't think it was anything special or unique about it outside of that. I'm gonna be real with you. He decided to sneak on a weapon of dead a wagon of dead corpse. Yeah, true. Due to his physiology, because Larfleeze is just a fucking Chad. Larfleeze beat the shit out of him. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Due to only his first outing didn't go well, he stole an important item of significance, a cybernetic army made by the Guardians of the Universe as an attempted... No, it was not of importance to the Manhunters, it was importance to the Guardians of the fucking Universe, because, yeah, it contained a map by Krona that led to Parallax. Or that was Parallax, that led to the Orange Battery. Okay, so Larfleeze puts on the battery, goes fucking kind of crazy. Yo, how powerful is Ambush Bug? Man Gay asks. Ambush Bug has some really weird shit where he may not be like the strongest physical fighter in existence, but he does some. He's like the Doom Patrol, not the strongest guy in the block, but he does have some really interesting and like really powerful cosmological. Like traversing. He's moved across a lot of shit. He even ran into like the Source's wife at one point in time. Like that shit was low-key crazy. But yeah, Ambush Bug's definitely a pretty strong character. I mean, he is from the God Sphere, so like that immediately puts him up in like the outer ranges, just in terms of his own existence. And he swipes hands with new gods and stuff pretty consistently. So take that as you will. But good question, man, Gay. And just like everybody else who is chilling watching the stream, if you guys have any questions that you want exclusively answered, I'm just kind of doing my thing here. I might reach over to chat every once in a while if you're a Theromax Corps member or something like that. But mainly I'm going to be going through this stuff. If you want your questions answered, super chat me up like man over here. Guys always got good questions. But where were we? Okay, wound up coming across it, went crazy. After seeing both the ring and the battery, Larfleeze felt a self-proclaimed revelation that everything Everything important in the universe belongs to him. Catching wind of Larfleeze's criminal spree, the Guardians of the Universe intercepted him, keeping him contained in the Vega system, as they had the power necessary to defeat him if he was to escape. This is just wrong. Okay, this is just wrong. They made a deal with him because they knew there was no stopping him. So, like, that's what really happened there. They don't have the power necessary to defeat him if he was to escape. In fact, when the Guardians of the Universe, in that first Agent Orange content that he is referencing, like, dude, like, he beat them all the Guardians of the Universe with the entire GLC and a Hal Jordan who had a blue and green lantern ring, which was amping everyone present. And he, like, team wiped them to the point of the Guardians negotiating with him. So, like, that's curious. Billions of years would pass in this unofficial imprisonment, which it wasn't. Larfleeze chose to stay there, and eventually Larfleeze was no longer the holder of a lantern ring. The only holder of a lantern ring, okay. As the Guardians of the Universe raised up a peacekeeping force called the Green Lantern Corps, channeling willpower to brave what threats occur across the cosmos. Larfleeze had been in this situation before. This is just wrong. He just agreed to something. He wasn't in prison. Like, that's not how it works. If I say, hey, this is my property, stay off, and you agree to that, that's not me imprisoning myself on my property. But seemingly no way out, but no one is ever truly alone in the cold and... But no one is ever truly alone in the cold and dreary space. Okay, that's just weird phrasing. Larfleeze traveled his star system, slaughtering anyone he found. But he just took everything he wanted from the star system. Conqueror or Madman would have stopped at just killing, but Larfleeze, he owned them. The way he owns his lantern powers, so they were his. So he uses their essence themselves, storing them inside his ring into hardened light constructs of his own, eventually raising up an army of undead warriors and monsters to lay siege upon the Guardian of the Universe. On that day, the Orange Lantern Corps was born, and it was all his. Okay, so I'm finding, just in the opening bit of this, homies, I'm already finding, like, problems with their analysis of things. I hope their power scaling does better than their analysis of his history, because they're downplaying him a lot in here, saying like the Guardians could take him. Larfleeze's experience and skill. Larfleeze is one of the oldest beings in the universe, being about 2 million years old around the Manhunter event, which would have happened billions of years ago. Probably around 5 million years ago. What's their evidence for this? Okay, so he was around whenever they kind of went crazy. Okay, that's solid proof. Solid proof. And plus, the Manhunters were the robots that rolled up to stop he and his brothers fighting, so that's kind of like more evidence to that. I can buy that. Oh shit! Hold up, I gotta find that damn link again, homies. Hold up. Where are you at, Jobber? I know I got this blog somewhere from you. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so one of the oldest beings in the world, 2 million years old around the Manhunter event. He lived in his home planet for only a millennium, and in that time, the Orange Lantern dedicated his life to one thing and one thing only: greed. As such, Larfleeze tangled with entire armies of some of the universe's deadliest groups, including the Controllers, the Guardians of the Universe, the Green Lantern Corps, and the House of Gods of Tuath Don. Even before becoming an Orange Lantern, Larfleeze is pure greed, a self-proclaimed master thief, which shows in his thieving of things such as the box of Parallax and the map of Krona in his youth. Stealing Barry Allen's wallet without him noticing, or taking all of the Kentucky Fried Chicken in the entire universe. That is a real comic. Yo, if you guys haven't seen this shit, it's one of the funniest ones ever. I need to cover this story about how Larfleeze one time greeted with the big man himself, the Colonel himself, okay? That shit was crazy. That shit was like low-key fucking insane, in my opinion. Oh goddamn it, I did it again. Fuck, I keep thinking I'm going to a separate tab every time I click on one of those. So fucking annoying. Go back. Okay, so, and despite seemingly not having much skill, And despite seemingly not having much skills, that's a curious way to phrase that. Larfleeze was able to pilot transports at a young age with no formal training, showing he is quite a quick learner. Best example is during Blackest Night, where it is revealed that Larfleeze, in all his years of combat, is unable to read. And some months after that, right before Christmas, he was shown writing letters to Santa Claus, and even made his own cookie recipe, implying that during that time span, he learned how to read and write. That's actually kind of a weird thing I haven't picked up on. I knew he was unable to read at one point in time, and that there are other points in time where he's clearly seen reading and writing, but like, that is a feat I wouldn't have considered. This is experience and skill. I don't think they made a big enough deal of an untrained Larfleeze with the orange battery was capable of killing half of the Guardians of the Universe, and they had to negotiate with him. I feel like we're missing out a lot whenever, like, that's the takeaway from his skills and experience. If Annihilus doesn't have like 8,000 times more of that, like, I would be upset, because he's a really old-ass character. Let's see, he has a special helmet to beam all the information on their technology into his mind, and that's super smart. It creates a lot of badass technology, devices made to drain Odin's power. He's got, like, from what I understand about Annihilus, he's got really good prep time stuff. Like, I wouldn't deny that. Caused null space to collapse on the multiversal scale and came to the annihilation wave itself. He raised an army building mammoth ships, the harvester stars, which can destroy planets. Destroy planets! His most impressive accolade, however, is saying that Annihilus is mastering the trick of teleportation from the negative zone to anywhere in the 616, something that not even Reed Richards has mastered, who has thoroughly studied the negative zone. Well, yeah, this guy's like the master of the fucking negative zone. Like, I would assume that he can do that. As far as general intelligence, Annihilus has shown he has knowledge of how space works and is able to point out to Dr. Doom that Ant-Man and his company are hiding in a blind spot outside of space and time, and Doom couldn't figure it out. Yeah, that's like one thing I would say about him, because he's pretty goddamn smart. Larfleeze, I also would say, is insanely smart. He has plans that go across like billions of years, across immeasurably powerful foes, and even outthinks them, or outskills them, or outpaxes them. So, like, I don't know, maybe that'll come up with this shit later on. The shining jewelry owned by Larfleeze and Larfleeze alone, the orange ring is what fuels the orange light, enhanced by Larfleeze's own greed. Orange light is the pure light of avarice, the primal essence and very concept of greed itself. The ring is considered one of the toughest objects in the universe due to not only being the Orange Lantern Larfleeze. Due to the only being Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern Larfleeze. God, the wording in this is so weird. Can manipulate the ring in ways unseen by other lanterns. For one, his ring does not require a charge. False. It can also work. They're going to show him being a battery. This does not say that. This does not say that his rings doesn't need to be charged. This isn't even Larfleeze's ring. Like, genuinely, this isn't even Larfleeze's ring. This is an orange lantern that he sent here. They don't even say that it doesn't need to charge. This is a stronger ring than the other rings that showed up. Because those rings were not created by figures like Larfleeze. So this is kind of like low-key downplay. God damn it, did it again. Yeah, that's like low-key downplay, I'm not gonna lie. You know what, just in case, I'm following that. In case we have that mishap again. It can also work without an orange lantern battery nearby. Lanterns don't have to have their batteries nearby. Most of them hide them in pocket dimensions, so that doesn't even make sense. A single lantern ring holds the undiluted power of an entire core. That's true. I think they make several references to that. Yeah, that one packs an undiluted power of an entire core. It's just stronger than the other ones. Oh, goddamn, did it again. Let's see. It's charged up to 7,800 and even 100,000. True. The highest amplifications we've seen from a lantern outside of that is a blue lantern amped character at 325%. This is pretty true. This is pretty true. I want to say there's one that goes higher, but I do think I know I've seen one with 325 outside of Larfleeze. Larfleeze is just fucking crazy. His ring also has the potential to establish communication networks with other lanterns. True, although I think this was a Kyle Rayner thing. Oh, he just linked the chapter. It might be somewhere in this new Guardians run. He like fucks up everybody here. This dude was on some shit. Invictus the Archangel, the guy they fight here, was like low-key just on some shit. Yeah, that might have been Kyle Rayner doing it. And Lanterns can allow themselves to talk to others if they want. That's not something that would be like intensely unique to him. That's just like a Lantern-related thing. His ring to communication frequencies of all major news outlets in the universe, alert him of keywords, or relay DNA information to Larfleeze to show who exactly is related to who. If you casually scan the environment for life readings, the Orange Lantern ring also exists outside of time and does not exist within the traditional sense within the ring. That's a curious scan. Let's see this one. God damn it, this fucking guy. Linking entire issues of this Larfleeze run. God, this story is so good too. That's the tragedy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that scan is in this chapter. Now here we go. You'll get no pity from me. The ring exists outside of time. Yo, that's actually a dope-ass scan. Although they're just referring to orange rings in general, but you might be able to make an argument that, like, the rings have statements of just being blatantly extra-dimensional. So, like, this is actually not too, like, outside the realm of reality. So yeah, okay, that's actually kind of dumb. Yo. Actually good scaling. Let's go. I'll grant that. Larfleeze can also fucking check the DNA of characters and then find them across the entire universe. Like, he can track them across the entire fucking universe. So, like, that shit is low-key crazy. His ring just does a lot. We didn't even touch up upon anything to do with the constructs yet, so I'm assuming we'll come across that down the way. The power of the Orange Light is also contained with the Orange Lantern battery, which can be used as a means to charge his ring, or if need be, directly, or channel power directly from it in multiple ways. Larfleeze has been defending his power battery since he got it billions of years ago, not letting the Orange Light or a single ring be taken from him. Until Gant at one time hacked his ring to duplicate and go and grab Lex Luthor. By peering into it, Larfleeze can see ongoing events happening light years away. Light years is incredibly generous. We're talking millions of light years, because he one time fought the entire Blue Lantern Corps across the universe. And sometimes Larfleeze uses the battery pack as the battery as a physical attack, bonking anybody who tries to take it over the head, handing it to him. When the power battery was briefly stripped from Larfleeze's hands, he was not depowered, and this only angered him. He's connected to it as much as the Guardians are the Green Lantern battery. And impressively, Larfleeze was able to capture and seal the Orange Lantern into the Ophidian into the battery. Oh, they're saying he's not. God damn it, dude. This is so annoying when they just link the fucking comic book page, the entire comic is the actual fucking... It's so much easier when you go to that comic, you find it, you just right click, and then you copy the image. Like, look at this. Yo, copy image address. It's the exact same thing, guy making this blog. It'll save you so much time, it'll be so much easier, and it'll look so much more, like, professional. Yeah, he lost his... Somebody stole his battery throughout the entire, like, Larfleeze shit. Larfleeze solo run. And he just ran around kicking the ass of all the gods of Tuatha. Bro, they are giving this guy everything. They're giving him powers of other fucking characters. Like, the thing that frustrates me is these are like one-off upgrades. These aren't things that he normally utilizes. Now, the Cosmic Control Rod, yes. He's almost always seen with the Cosmic Control Rod. But the Quantum Bands, dude, a notorious character, or I guess series of characters, have taken on the role of Quasar and wield these Quantum Bands. The Nega Bands are also used by Captain Marvel? Or Marvel? Yeah, like the OG one. He doesn't have those anymore. Containment devices, he builds with prep time in order to contain these figures. And to be fair, 90% of the time, these things do not work long term. Yeah, like contain the Hulk, restrain Galactus and Silver Surfer. Mainly he's like energy siphoning. His cosmic energy siphoning goes pretty hard, I'll admit. But once again, these are all things that require a fuck ton of prep time. If we're having a one-on-one random encounter, he doesn't get his entire fucking laboratory to fight Larfleeze with. Spaceships, the Imperial Shi'ar homeworld? Okay, no, it's just some homeworld. We're giving him entire planets to fight on his side. Holy shit. Wait, are these... They're supposed to be equipment. He's giving him Galactus's spy drones? What is this? Are you guys seeing this shit? What is this? Okay, guns. Okay, let's get into the fun shit for Larfleeze. Alright? Let's get into the actually fun shit, alright? Yo. Larfleeze, like all androids, can create hardened light constructs, drawing strength from avarice, only being limited by his skill and imagination. Whatever Larfleeze makes, he can unmake. True, including all of his Lantern army. Although Larfleeze mainly relies on the crushing power of his more sentient orange constructs, Larfleeze has shown creativity, even if a little, in making constructs of his own, such as weapons like a mace we hit Krona with, an axe, a fist construct, a large hand, large enough to grab spaceships, chain constructs, drill constructs, rocket constructs, sleigh constructs to imitate Santa Claus, more creative constructs that channels lava to burn other orange lanterns. He also can create like Susanoo versions of himself. He grabbed like Hal one time and fucked him up. Like it fucked him up real bad by grabbing him. Larfleeze can also fire concentrated energy blasts at foes and release a variety of deadly waves, as Larfleeze is always present where there is the orange light. He can release bursts of energy so large enough to eclipse moon size or even entire planetary structures. He can create whirlwinds powerful enough to overpower Errata, a goddess who is the physical manifestation of chaos itself, to the point to where Dirge thought he was killing her. That is true. His blasts have harmed some of the most powerful lanterns in existence, such as when he blasted away Kyle Rayner, knocked out Atrocitus, killed Invictus, fended off the Guardians of the Universe to the point to where they negotiated with him. He bragged the Lord of the Hump multiple times, harmed Hector Hammond, he drilled the soul out of Zoom, the very lord of everything in existence. Like, dude's on some shit with his constructs. Energy absorption. Larfleeze is capable of absorbing, siphoning, or even draining the energy of others. Although it's primary from lanterns, he threatened one of the gods of House of the Tuatha Dawn with threatening their power, and the Green Lanterns were worried he would begin siphoning the power out of their rings, despite being at their absolutely max charge. The Orange Lantern constructs are capable of absorbing other constructs, even those created by the Guardians of the Universe, Guy Gardner, John Stewart, and magic attacks too. I was about to say, yeah, he was even absorbing magic from figures. So that's kind of low-key crazy. Larfleeze is capable of creating incredibly strong force fields out of part light, taking the forms of shields, barriers, or even protection bubbles for other people who can't breathe in the vacuum of space. His force fields are durable enough to block Red Lantern napalm from Kyle Rayner, napalm which has been observed ripping straight through space itself. Yeah, by Atrocitus. So why not use Atrocitus's napalm breath to do this? Because he fought Atrocitus, and Atrocitus did throw that shit at him. That would have been like a more logical feat to use in that situation. A barrage of Orange Lanterns attacks. They claimed they were as strong as he was, and was twice able to block an attack from the Lord. Okay, he also survived attacks from like Krona with his like concept-altering chains and a blast afterwards, which soloed the rest of the entire New Guardians of that era. He has survived some shit. Any fight he's had with any of the House of Tuatha Dawn gods, whether it was the Wanderer, whether it was Tsum, whether it was Errata, whether it was Dirge, any of them. He can fly through the vacuum of space at an interstellar level. He's a biological power battery. Good, I'm glad we finally covered this. So even if he doesn't have his battery, he can still charge his own ring, of course. And can even charge other Yellow Lantern rings. Creates other lanterns out of other beings that exist. It kills them, takes their identity. I think that's like the best way to put it, their identity. Remakes them inside the ring, and then they serve Larfleeze from that point on, keeping much of their original feats and traits. Many powerful beings that fall into this terrible fate, such as the Brainiacs, the Brainiac 2.0 controllers, members of the Guardians of the Universe, and wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, this guy didn't read this shit. He's looking at scans. This guy looked at scans from other people. This is not what happened there. She is not dead. She is not a construct. Sade is still a real character. If you'd read the series past this, you would understand that that's not what's happening here. She promised during Blackest Night to serve him. She's not a construct. That's why they look entirely orange and she still looks blue. So we're just wrong there. He could do it because controllers are Guardians of the Universes, or at least the same species. So logically he should be able to do it, but that's just wrong. Yeah, this was that magician too, Gretty. Ring tracking can track people by locking onto their unique energy signatures entire galaxies away. Yeah, this was funny as fuck. He rolls up in the middle of Lex Luthor's secret base without him knowing. That's a feat unto itself. He got into Lex Luthor's secret emergency base after Blackest Night before Lex Luthor could even react to what was happening. That's insane, bro. That's a huge feat for Larfleeze, in my opinion. Sealing. Yeah, he can just auto seal you inside his shit. Larfleeze is capable of sealing a rogue construct guardian named Sade back into his ring. Yo, did that just happen off panel? When did this happen? I don't remember this happening at all. Because he does not kill her. We see her after this series alive. So maybe he released her. I guess he can't release her because she's just a copy of a possession that he once owned. I don't remember Sade being involved in that. I'll have to double check. This is true. Although, you can argue this, but I don't think this is what happened here. During Blackest Night, if you wanted an example of Larfleeze calling his constructs back to him from galaxies away, During Blackest Night, all of his constructs went from the other side of the universe on Odin to Okara in like a few panels. So like he can either just reconstitute them like this, or they physically have to come back. But the reason why I throw kind of suspect on this is in Blue Beetle number 8 here. I want to say it was Blue Beetle who destroyed Glomulus, but he can just recreate that same construct whenever he wants. Yeah, they even say this on this fucking panel. I already told you, Lord Larfleeze, Orange Lantern Glomulus was discovered while visiting Earth, or was discorporated while visiting Earth, meaning he was destroyed. His physical form was destroyed. So he's just reconstituting them. Corruption. Is this the Blackest Night scan of Larfleeze? Oh, they're using a fucking... Oh my god! They're literally using a fucking tie-in crossover for the scaling here. Yo, got here. Rings don't cause the mind to go mad. They just overwhelm you with a sense of greed. That much is true. I'll agree with that. This is the scan you need to be using for that. Because even Hal Jordan, one of the greatest willpowers of all time, touched that for like 3 fucking seconds and was like starting to lose his goddamn mind. Or not lose his mind, just give into the concept of greed, bro. I was telling him to fucking eat hamburgers and shit. Yeah, 2 hamburgers. All the hamburgers, bro. Due to his unique physiology, Larfleeze has an incredible sense of smell, such as when he detected the presence of new guardians on the surface of Okara, despite being underground multiple layers. That is true. Size manipulation? This was just a construct. This is actually the literal construct I referenced earlier. Did he even overcharge his ring there? He didn't overcharge his ring. He just powered up. You even acknowledge that it's not an overcharge for his ring. That's just like, he was low because he's fighting the entire Green Lantern Corps right now. And the Guardians of the Universe. And one of them has a Blue Lantern ring. So like, he's just charging up. He never has to charge up. So why would he have before this? Like, who's threatening him? Resistances. Mental manipulation can resist attacks. Briefly resisted Star Sapphire's mind alteration. True. The ring protects lanterns from third artist conversion abilities, which breaks down and decimates your mind. Dirge, the god of House Tuath Khan, became overwhelmed trying to breach Larfleeze's mental defense. This is one of the funniest scans ever. Oh, they just, god damn it, this fucking guy and just pointing to the goddamn issue. It's so annoying. It is funny though, like he goes inside Larfleeze's mind and there's just one word there, mind, like 1,000 times, and it's so fucking brutal he can't even tank it. Volthoom was unable to manipulate his emotions, which just blatantly includes manipulating those emotions across all of space and time for that character's constellation web. And resists the love manipulation of Adora, that goddess of love from the House of Tuath Khan. So like these are low-key kind of cracked, boys. Like these are some really sharp ass shit. Heat manipulation, been thrown into an incinerator and came out fine. Keep in mind, yeah, before becoming an Orange Lantern, Orange Lanterns aren't faced by lava, of course not. The Lantern rings protect them against radiation and like every form of cosmic shit. Broke out of imprisonment from the Phantom Zone in an what the fuck? Yo, is this a Larfleeze scan I have not seen? What the fuck? I've gotta find this. I have not seen this comic. This is low-key crazy. Yo, Lex at one point in time traps him inside the Phantom Zone and he gets out? Yo, this is all Brightest Day, Blackest Night shit. So that's like within days. And he just pulls himself out? Yo, that's like a Doomsday level feat. What the fuck is this? Holy shit. Yo, this is like low-key crazy. Yo, let's go. I'm about to find that comic and follow up on that. That's some banger ass fucking that's some banger ass scaling. Holy shit. Assimilation. The new god Metron said that lantern rings are capable of passing through the source wall, a place where primordial guard. It's the fucking white lantern ring, not Larfleeze. Holy shit. Yo, man, and people say I am the guy who jerks off like Larfleeze scaling. This guy's saying because Kyle Rayner broke through the source wall, other lanterns can do it. Holy fuck. Of lesser caliber. Jesus Christ. Lanterns are stated to be resistant to the Third Army's convergence ability, which can completely rewrite a person's organic matter and extract the heart. Yeah. Which he also just fights other high-tier lanterns. Like, a lot of these are just buffed by fighting other high-tier lanterns, because most of them use these concepts against you. Oh my god, he made Hulk afraid of him? That's hilarious as fuck. Yeah, shit worked for like 10 seconds until Hulk later on beats the shit out of him. Rebirth cycle. Okay, so, like, if... Hypothetically, what they're saying is, like, you can't kill him because he always comes back, but he doesn't always come back and then immediately teleport in to start fighting again. He's effectively lost the fight at that point in time. But, like, even so, if, like, Larfleeze killed him at this point in time, he would just have an Annihilus on his side now. Because he copies their identity. So, like, he would still get a copy of Annihilus every time he was defeated. And he would have his Cosmic Control Rod, too. Like, that wouldn't be a real big W. Yeah, he has to regrow. Regeneration. After battle with Thor that obliterated his body, Annihilus over time is capable of regenerating his body in essence, though the process leaves him somewhat vulnerable until regrown. Definitely where he could be evaporated by somebody who's got high tier energy hacks. Energy manipulation. Annihilus is the living embodiment of power. Okay, this is just him jerking himself off. I'd have to read the comic to see if it's actually that. Cosmic Control grants Annihilus manipulation of cosmic energies in various ways. One such way using it to slow cellular regeneration to subside things that would normally make a bug susceptible to cold, like heat, disease, etc., etc. Man posted another chat popping off over here. How skilled of a fighter is Bronze Tiger? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Whenever it comes to DC and stuff, I mainly focus on like the higher tiers. I don't typically focus on lower tier stuff. So there's probably going to be more and more information about Bronze Tiger that I will not be like 1 bajillion% caught up to date with. But he is considered one of the more skilled fighters throughout all of, like, pretty much all of the verse. I couldn't tell you exactly where that stops, so I'm sorry I'm that guy, but I don't know if I don't know if I have like a genuinely solid answer whenever it comes to that stuff. And I always try to be as honest as possible whenever it comes to those things. If I don't know something, I'm not traditionally the guy who is going to like just lie to you to make myself sound cool. If I don't know, then like I genuinely don't know. So sorry for being that guy. If you want to talk cosmology or like high-end characters and stuff and feats along those lines, I'll hit you up with that shit all day, man. Good question, though. Good question. Bronze Tiger's an underrated character, to say the least. Let's see. Yeah, here's where I was. Here's where we were at. I'm gonna close this bad boy back out so I can see what y'all are saying again. See here, boom. Here we are. Let's see, okay, continuing on. Power incarnate. Okay, so let's see. It can enhance its strength, deliver to his foes in numerous ways, such as blinding, light, explosions, beams from his mouth, depowering his enemies, and electrical attack, generated through weapons. He's harmed characters with energy blasts, such as Thor, Captain Marvel, Human Torch, or Mr. Fantastic. Has he been like a prominent figure in like the last decade? That'd be my question, because that could change things a lot. Energy draining. Annihilus can use his energy drain to take it from others, even to the point of draining an opponent entirely. It is one of his most devastating abilities, commonly leaving opponents drained or unable to move or fight back. He most famously absorbed Quasar's energies in order to steal his quantum bands from him. Absorb report of... Yeah, but a lot of these are with technology. And, like, these are all, like, prep time feats, if memory serves right. It's capable of one-shotting Ultron 8, the strongest Ultron at the time. Energy sensing. Okay, Larfleeze also has that. Matter manipulation. This guy's looking at time travel, making him the most powerful being in all universes. Feels a little weird. After absorbing Reed's technology, Cosmic Control Rod begins to harness more unique powers such as control over matter, molecular control of objects, demonstrating by his molecularly bringing down Reed's force field. Another feat of manipulation was Annihilus evolved the bioglobes Reed sent to the negative zone by 1 trillion generations, making him much more advanced and able to adapt to any attack. So, like, dude, he's has to use an entire space station of someone else to make that cool. Seemingly with the CCR, Annihilus can create constructs out of thin air made of solid energy, such as handcuffs. Annihilus has been allowed him to fly, though it's theorized the Cosmic Control Rod grants him flying. Can fly faster than light. Has force fields that protect him when injured. Can read the memories of people to probe information, though he's only done this on robots like the Super Adaptoid, so that's kind of weird. Annihilus is summoning, which, yeah, it was like all sorts of creatures for sure. Oh god, I feel like I've been on this for 12 years and it was just Annihilus. They clearly went... Annihilus has so much bullshit, bro. So many appearances. Consistently withstands human flames torches, and he's been inside the heart of stars. Not impressive. Like, use better scaling for human torches flames because they affect things far greater than that. And his inhuman physiology makes him immune to the Scarlet Witch's hexes. That's kind of weird. Annihilus is capable of breaking free from Thanos' telepathy. That's a pretty good feat. Antimatter survived falling into an area of antimatter. Not impressive. Characters wander through the antimatter universe inside of DC, and the antimatter universe in DC has better scaling than anything that I've seen from the Negative Zone. Dimensional manipulation while passing through the junction of many dimensionalities. Annihilus was able to turn his body from 2D back into 3D, although the process put a strain on his body and the Cosmic Control Rod. That's kind of cool. The countless victims killed by Larfleeze. Let's see, what category is this? Oh, the Agent Orange Army. Oh, they only got one tab on this, bro? I've got to break down to like 90% of the losers back here. That's kind of sad. Countless victims killed by Agent Orange have become the Orange Lantern Corps, an army of undead constructs led by Larfleeze. There are many victims ranging from cosmic beings to gods to other lanterns, capable of thinking for themselves, but ultimately having to obey Larfleeze. He can recall his constructs from galaxies away to fight for him, and knows everything his constructs do, putting energy tags on all of them. Larfleeze can morph his constructs and have them shapeshift into whatever he wants, as shown when he disguised Glomulus as an Orange Lantern ring. If his constructs were ever to be beaten or killed, Larfleeze can remake or kill them with a snap of his fingers. Now they're making that argument, and they weren't earlier for some reason. They're trying to have it both ways with that ability, and you can't really do that. His constructs possess many of the same powers as Larfleeze, such as energy blasts, or even more unique attacks like being capable of phasing through attacks, which, to be fair, that's just something Lanterns do in general. That was like a go-to ability of the Green Lanterns back in the day. And the entire army has been described as flickering in and out of existence, making them extremely difficult for even Guardians of the Universe to harm, due to just not existing. They can also restrain your mental will. You know, what's the restraining your mental will? God damn it, and it's another one of these fucking... I'll link you the comic. Just read the whole fucking comic. Yeah, and he's got all of these dudes. Okay, the Annihilation Wave. Annihilation, fearful intergalactic invading army of Annihilus in the Negative Zone, an insectoid army led by the Cosmic Control Rod, sieged entire galaxies, slaughtered entire worlds, faced down entire armies such as pre-Empire and have killed and captured such cosmic beings many times. And a massive army on standby alone, the Annihilation Wave has 15,000 ships, each with well-trained battalions of an Annihilation Wave on board, which according to Dr. Bolter means that they can strike anywhere at any point in time in the positive matter universe if they attack, as evidenced with a single fleet being dispatched to Earth at a moment's notice. The majority of these ships are the size of small moons. Some of the strongest ships can harvest some of the strongest ships, such as the Harvester of Sorrows, have energy beings capable of breaking down a planet to its most basic elements, destroying it, becoming food for the wave. So like these guys are like planetary and moon level, like busting feats. That's not gonna stop like the top tier lanterns. I'm sure it's higher. They're like, I'm not gonna lie. I think that everything here is higher. I don't think they know how to do Marvel stuff. Because like I know guys who mess with Marvel who will give you much better scaling for like the energy blasts they have here. Because these energy blasts are affecting like the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. They're affecting like mainstream superheroes and stuff. So like you could scale them much better in my opinion. Due to the bodies being creatures in the negative zone, they have unique powers suited for their invasions. Like being able to transmute their bodies into crystals, disguise themselves as humans, mind-controlling parasites, and being capable of communicating with the Annihilus from the negative zone. Additionally, by drinking an unknown liquid, someone can inadvertently cause the Annihilation Wave to spawn from inside their body, bursting them open from the inside. These creatures even have mental resistance potent enough to resist Moondragon's telepathy, one of the most powerful telepaths inside Marvel. Aside from the sheer numbers, the members of the Annihilation Wave are extreme powerhouses. Even the weaker creatures can fight on par and overwhelm Nova Corps members, which whatever. The Skrulls, which whatever. Despite the opposing forces having the home field advantage, some of the stronger ones can defeat heavy hitters like Theromax, the fucking random loser, and Drax, which to be fair does have a few, like he's got some good moments for sure, especially whenever most of the stuff was happening like during Annihilation. So I'll at least grant him like Drax stuff. There are many variants suited for both invasions on both land and in space, with more specific variants such as these dudes. Feats overall. Larfleeze, the founder of the Orange Lantern Corps, the oldest living lantern in existence, raided planet Maltus and stole several treasures, which included a box containing Parallax and the map made by Corona. Keep in mind that was beforehand. Afterwards, he casually raids the Green Lantern Corps and walks away with their shit. They require 200+% amps in order to fight him with the entire Corps there. That includes all the major Green Lanterns. Defeated the Guardians of the Universe, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, Atrocitus, Saint Walker, Star Sapphire, Lex Luthor, and Invictus, and many other victims along the way. Fought his friend Blooch to the death and won possession of the Orange Lantern power battery. This is not what I would be putting on here. Escaped Ophidian. Escaped? They mean entrapped Ophidian? Survived shit from Hector Hammond while amped by Ophidian? Maybe that's what they were like implying? Beat the Green and Blue Lantern Corps. True. On multiple occasions, both times, in both those situations. Joined the New Guardians to fight back against the Black Lanterns and defeat Necron, and did so at the cost of the entire universe. He was like, fuck it, give me a Guardian or everyone's dying. Escaped Phantom Zone imprisonment. This is low-key insane. I'm not gonna lie. That is like the best thing I've learned on this entire thing. That's crazy. Fought and defeated all the gods of the House of Tuathan. Facts, the most underrated thing on here. I saw almost zero scaling for any of the House of the gods of the House of Tuathan, including the guy Tsum, who was the god of literally everything. Has killed and reanimated powerful beings such as Glomulus, Broom, Brainiac, Green Lantern, Gretty, and the Controllers. Wants to be queen. Lol, this is he wants to be queen of Star Sapphires. Why is that in defeats? Power. Repeatedly stated to wield the entire undiluted power of a Lantern Corps. Shines brighter than an entire star system. It's believed that the controllers, that to control the orange light, they need to control the entire universe. They would be able to control the entire universe. The Guardians consider it a treasure that they would want their hands on because it's too dangerous. Consider the Avatar of Avarice. Smashes Lex Luthor into ground, overpowering his force fields casually, meaning he's Superman tier casually. killed the Vegas Angels of the Vegas system, even down to Invictus in the end. Passively caused earthquakes by moving. Bonks Kyle Rayner on the head. Knocked back the Lord of the Hunt twice. Larfleeze and his army were overpowering a small section of Green and Yellow Lantern Corps. Blows up a flying citadel that was empowered by gods, taking down the rest of those gods of the House of Tuathan. Overpowered Senna the Wanderer, who, keep in mind, Senna the Wanderer can see and travel through infinite dimensions and parallel universes super casually, and made it through the creation point into our existence. Take that however you want. Some people think creation point's the end of the universe, which, keep in mind, the end of the universe would just be the source wall. So you can look at that however you want. Breaks Green Lantern constructs, smashes Chrono over the head with the mace. The Guardians of the Universe resting from a fight with the Anti-Monitor considered Larfleeze fighting Larfleeze troubling. They weren't resting, this is afterwards. This is an Agent Orange. Yeah, this is literally post that event. I think, yeah. Yeah. Hold on, what did they say? Yeah, they weren't resting. That was just afterwards. That's literally just after. Because Sinestro Corps already happened. They weren't resting. They were like, bro, this guy, I think they even make a direct comparison. Like, this guy is a danger to, comparable to Parallax. And the Guardians are aware of everything Parallax has done. So, like, the Orange Light nearly depleted the ranks of the Guardians of the Universe the first time they fought Larfleeze and are willing to negotiate. Okay, now we're rolling back to they're willing to negotiate rather than fight for their own safety. Now we're using that argument. Hell yeah, that's the case. This should, you shouldn't interpret it. You shouldn't have interpreted this in the other way of like the Guardians were holding him off and like they were like he survived a fight with the Guardians of the Universe. That's not how that shit worked. Yeah, literally down here they say Larfleeze's power is comparable to Parallax. Threatened to melt the North Pole, which is impressive considering Santa Claus is there. Hal Jordan with the power of Green Lantern Ring and Blue Lantern Ring could only stall Larfleeze, and Larfleeze was just like trolling because he had something he wanted. He'll always trade for something he wants. Larfleeze and Blooch merely fighting over who gets to inherit his power, ended up killing 3 Guardians of the Universe, making them afraid. Ripped the Blue Lantern Ring from Hal with ease. Blue Lantern is capable of recharging Green Lantern Corps, and yet the Guardians fear Larfleeze even more than any of them. Knocks out Atrocitus and with a one-shot with his fucking Red Lantern power battery. That's so funny. Rips apart the head of Brainiac 2.0. More Superman tier shit. One-shots Orange Lantern Lex Luthor. More beyond Superman tier shit. Blows up Black Lantern Bloom from the inside with Atrocitus. Larfleeze even separated the power batteries, enough juice to sustain his entire core. Manhandles Hal at every single encounter they've ever had. And this happens in a matter of a panel. Oh, this isn't even the right panel. He just shreds the ones from him. That's not the badass one you want to use. Was that really what it said? Breaking free of his constructs and matching them blow for blow. Yo, on Earth in the arc that, not in the exact same arc, his constructs overwhelmed Hal Jordan in 2 panels and were threatening to rip him apart. So that would have been a better one to use for that. Blast the Zone Child, although it was debatable. It happens off screen, so it was debatable if it was injured or not. I gotta read this shit. Whatever the fuck this comic is goes. This is some weird ass shit. I'll have to follow up on that. The Zone? Is that just like a, I'm unfamiliar with The Zone. Does he mean like Phantom Zone? Or no, Zone Child. Maybe that was the being on the other side that he had trapped him there in there with, I'm not sure. Seemed like they were still fighting though, so I don't know if like that was, yeah, that was kind of up in the air. Fights off several individual lanterns without much trouble. All the new Guardians he fought in one. Yeah, literally all of these guys in one. He ran up on the Guardians of the Universe, all of them at the same time while they were evil, and cooked long enough to get other people away from them so they didn't die. Not Larfleeze. Larfleeze was like, bro, y'all gonna die if you stay here. Larfleeze is able to knock around multiple guardians at the same time with an avarice and powered save. True. Controllers are overwhelmed and picked off by the Orange Lantern construct. That shit was like low-key. When he killed all the controllers, dude, that shit was like wild. Like genuinely low-key wild. Let's see here. The controllers are stated to have Big Bang levels of power. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They're low-key kind of crazy. Oh man, this is some old-ass Kyle Rayner shit. Yeah, this was a good-ass comic. There's a bunch of these fucking dipshits trying to maintain that. Restrained Black Lantern Superman. Yeah, this was low-key a little bit wild. This wasn't you could argue this was Larfleeze, but you also can argue it was Lex, because he's the one who points in that direction. So you might be able to argue this was Lex Luthor, but keep in mind, either way, regardless of how you look at it, this version of Larfleeze beats the shit out of Lex Luthor and hands him back to the rest of the Justice League at the end, so he would upscale from any of that either way. Bloom consumes a Sinestro Corps member, Glomulus rips apart a Green Lantern. Corps nearly destroys the entire Blue Lantern, even with a Guardian's assistant. With two Guardians, because Sade and Ganthet were there at the time. And overwhelms their central power battery. Keep in mind, this was just his army, not Larfleeze. Rips the wings off Invictus. This dude was ragdolling the entire crew of people. Restrained Black Lantern Superman. Open a door that Kyle Rayner could not. This was funny as fuck. This was super funny. Glomulus over Kyle was in the entire meta for a while. Rips apart a Star Sapphire, which was super fucking hilarious. Restrains Saint Walker, which who hasn't. Overpowers and restrains John Stewart. This was funny as fuck. He was seconds away from dying. He had to get bailed out. Speed. Oh god, now we're getting the speed of Larfleeze. Can fly past entire solar systems. True. Flew from the Vega to another solar system in a short time. Propels the Lord of the Hunt. Yeah, he literally puts a construct on the Lord of the Hunt, sends him to the other side of the universe. In not even a comic. Flew to the other solar systems in the galaxy with minutes, flies across galaxies, did so twice, flew from the outer atmosphere of the planet to the surface in seconds, reacts to an attack from the Lord of the Hunt, briefly outruns a horde of Black Lanterns, flew from Okara to Oa in unspecified amount of time, very short, tagged Senna while she was flying fast enough to move past planets like a blur, and is fast enough to move past any level of her perception too, which is really important. Saw all the KFC in the universe before it reached hundreds of planets by traveling to them all. Traveled across the universe to live on Earth when hearing about Santa Claus. Glomulus can keep up with Kyle Rayner in space and can travel to every Lantern planet and back to Earth in moments with gifts. Yeah, all of which are really fucking solid. Larfleeze survives being eaten by Black Lantern Thorn, survives attacks from Kyle Rayner, survives attacks from Bleeze, survives attacks from Red Lantern Kyle, survives attacks from Sade, is immune to any form of traditional space gunfire in the universe, takes a hit from a conceptual god, was fine after being eaten by the pets of those conceptual gods, was unaffected by a conceptual god of the hunt twice, takes an attack from Senna the Wanderer, who wields the power of the celestial star soul, and that shit is fucking crazy OD. Absolute power over matter, life, and death. Allows her to look through every single realm and inside existence, infinite dimensions, parallel dimensions, doesn't matter. Survives the blast from Tsum, the one who has the Anakra essence that binds all of creation together, which they say the universe in the context of this run, I don't agree with that interpretation. He was just Zoom Lord of everything. He was going from other creations to this creation, and that power still worked. So that power has place over multiple creations. That's what I would say. Takes a hit from Colonel Sanders. That's pretty fucking hilarious. God damn, it's another one of those just link the goddamn comic. I gotta cover that comic. It's super funny. Takes a beating from Atrocitus. Recovers from being stabbed by the Predator. Another conceptual entity gets zapped by Hal in his Blue Lantern ring, but is fine from that. Takes a beating from Atrocitus. This wasn't a beating. He just like jumps him, I think. Yeah, he catches him off guard, and then he's like, I'm fighting all these Black Lanterns, and this dipshit showed up. I guess if you want to consider this a beating. It was like 3 attacks after he attacked him when he wasn't paying attention. And then he recovers. And bonks him on the head 1 time and defeats him. Emotionally hurt from falling onto a planet from space. It tanks a laser from Lex Luthor and gets up like nothing happened. Tanks attacks from Monk. Tanks attacks from the Guardians of the Universe. Stated to be impervious to Thanagarian weapons. Okay, he fought Larfleeze, or he fought Krona multiple times and tanked attacks from him and survived. That would be the best thing I think I've seen on here. Unless you take the high-end like source wall scaling for like the Lord of the Hunt and all those goons. Okay, what we got for Annihilus? Proud ruler of the Negative Zone, defeated the Fantastic Four, invaded the subatomic realm, laid siege to the galaxy, defeated the Skrulls and Krees, kidnapped Franklin Richards and the Hulk, worked with Thanos to kidnap Galactus, conquered Praxis 2, turned into Annihilation World, invaded Asgard, bested the Asgardian soldiers, was the main protagonist in Annihilation Wave. Was the main protagonist during the events of Annihilation Wave. Wasn't it just Annihilation? Killing Quasar, fighting Silver Surfer, Galactus, Nova, Phi LaBelle, killed the Human Torch with the Annihilation Wave, thwarted the Mad Thinker with Reed Richards, joined the Galactic Council. Okay, so what's the conclusion here? Oh, we've got to get to scaling. I don't want to go over every fucking thing that Annihilus has ever done, I'm not gonna lie. Most of these are pretty straightforward. He just beats up most of the major characters that exist consistently. But most of it ends in like the 2000s era, from what I'm aware. He's just kind of like faded into obscurity for the most part since then. But yeah, there's some decent stuff here. I'm not gonna lie, it's some decent stuff. Yo, what's up, Zeus? We got him chilling in chat. Good to have you, homie. Let's see here. So, scaling for Larfleeze, the Guardians of the Universe. I'm gonna give the scaling for all these guys to give you Larfleeze and scaling. Let's do the TLDR, because I feel like we just did that. Beat the shit out of the Guardians of the Universe consistently. Stated to be able to do the Big Bang. Big Bang inside DC is a lot larger than the real world Big Bang too. Capable of holding back the Anti-Monitor. Even destroying... Oh, that's these guys. The Green Lantern Corps. Yeah, the Green Lantern Corps does a bunch of really crazy shit. Definitely impressive. Emotional entities, debatable. I don't think this is debatable. Larfleeze was directly stated as equal to Parallax itself, and that may have been in reference to Parallax Hal Jordan, but you might be able to argue it separately too. It was capable of beating and containing the avarice of Ophidian, and had taken hits from those who were possessed by the entities. The Spectre was afraid of Parallax. The Phantom Stranger said the Spectre could destroy all of creation. Sort of caused destruction on a similar scale to the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and has killed the Guardians while possessing Sinestro. That's... What? Parallax Hal Jordan. And has killed Guardians while possessing Sinestro. I think he means Parallax. That was a Sinestro feat, not a Parallax feat. Sinestro controls Parallax. It's the other way around. This guy doesn't know that. Was capable of ripping off the Spectre's face. That's Hal Jordan, the Parallax, not the same thing. And matching him. Overpowered Superman, that's Hal Jordan too. The Butcher has fought the Spectre on 2 separate occasions and required help on both of those occasions. Ion can remake the universe and is stated to have infinite power. That's just another one that exists out there. It should be comparable. Sodom Yacht, empowered by Ion, could draw blood from Superboy Prime and take his heat vision, and that's fucking Superboy Prime. But to be fair, that's a Daxamite wielding the powers of Ion, so like somewhat suspect there. Miscellaneous lanterns tangled up with all these lanterns. Tank attacks from Ion. Kyle Rayner defeated Mongol despite having no ring charge. Yo, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta take a quick phone call, okay? And we're gonna get back to the action. Yo, and we're back. Sorry, homies, I had to answer a phone call. Sometimes phone calls be the important thing. Yo, for any of the homies that have wanted to get in the chat, I dropped one down low. So definitely jump into that shit if you get the chance. For anybody I got hanging up with me last. But let's continue on this shit over here. I gotta continue the grind, okay? This man tangled up with all the strongest lanterns ever. Let's fucking go. The Sinestro Corps killed the Pale Bishop. That was actually just like Sinestro. Kyrander wasn't stated to be a genuine threat to the Guardians. He was stated beyond the Guardians of the Universe. That dude was stated beyond any shit that those motherfuckers ever had. What's up, Big Smoke? Welcome to the party, bro. I mean, he did throw hands with him on multiple occasions. At his absolute strongest, you might be able to argue with prep time whenever he came back that like yeah, you might be able to argue whenever he came back maybe he got stronger just because he had all the time to create this technology and amp himself further. But the first time he defeated him, that was like just Larfleeze, like pretty safely. Weaknesses. Becoming the avatar of avarice has many drawbacks. He's kind of an idiot, which he is on basic shit, but combat-wise, he's not. And while he does not require a ring charge, a powerful enough opponent could break his lantern ring to give him the chance. Well, he could just summon other lantern rings to him, though. That doesn't even make... That's not even a good... we're checking out the Larfleeze versus Annihilus blog on Banging the Blogs. But, like... Yeah, like, he literally had no lantern ring at one point in time and just started using... Even if his ring comes off, his constructs stay. And then he can use their rings, because he manifests a ring every time he creates one of them. That's all they are. I don't think that that's how this worked. Okay, this is not how this worked. They weren't going to the afterlife. This is another example of somebody reading a scan and not like engaging with the story. They weren't going to the afterlife. The way that these angels work is if you killed one, their soul and essence would fly into like this giant machine. And it would empower, or like the rest of the angels who are all connected to that machine. And it would empower all the rest of the angels. That's why Larfleeze was having troubles with like the very last guy, because the last guy, Invictus, had the power of all the other angels, so he was like fucking insanely strong. And that wasn't even Invictus. That was some random angel. That was at the beginning of the story. Annihilus is never a good strategist. Okay, so... Oh my god, this guy wrote a fucking Bible. Fuck you, Jobber, for making me go through this. Holy shit. What even is this whole section? Stats? Are we just like looking for extra like sections to add here? Arsenal and abilities. Holy fuck. want to get to the conclusion. You've given me everything I really fucking need. Hold up. As far as intelligence goes, Larfleeze has a bad attention span and is kind of an idiot overall. And other fighters have frequently managed to get around him via superior intelligence. Name one. I can think of one. Literally one. And that was the new god that rolled up during Godhead. And Larfleeze underestimated him, and the guy stole one of his rings. Keep in mind, he has thousands of rings that he sits on, or can create, via his other constructs that exist. So, like, that didn't even stop him. But, like, nobody has outmaneuvered him via superior intelligence in a battle. The Guardians did, because they didn't want him to get the battery and then kill everyone ever. Maybe you mean that? But, like, that's not gonna work in a death battle. The goal of these characters is to fucking kill each other. They don't have any... Larfleeze's constructs don't have any impressive feats of strategy. Fucking Brainiac is one of his constructs. Brainiac. Chill. Larfleeze is more consistent. Some of the fighters he's even come across, such as the Guardians of the Universe, are beings on a level of power of Annihilus that he has no experience battling against. Damn, they're saying Guardians of the Universe above Galactus and Thanos pretty safely. He's also been alive traveling the universe for millions of years, while we have no reference for how long Annihilus has been rampaging and ruling through the negative zone. Even then, Larfleeze's more varied history, fighting against cosmic threats, should give him an edge in the field of tertiary factors. Larfleeze, advantages. Comparable in power, with a better upscaling arguments for being stronger. Matches Annihilus in speed with more individual showings. Orange Lantern Ring more versatile than Cosmic Control Rod. Constructs in his army are generally stronger than the Annihilation Wave. His own explosion absorption would counter Annihilus attempting to siphon Orange Lantern light due to corrupting nature. More experienced by billions of years. Mental resistance would stand up against fear projections and mind probing. Ring tracking accounts for his constructs and Annihilus himself. Annihilus taking power battery by hand would corrupt him, which any sense of strategy would definitely go down the toilet at that point. And Larfleeze has demonstrated the ability to beat up people who have done that before. Orange Lantern creation is something Annihilus cannot resist due to the lack of astral projection or soul hacks projection, and simply wouldn't become an Orange Lantern. Okay, so I think he'd say if he kills him, he'll just become an Orange Lantern. Maybe, I think that's what they're saying. Larfleeze or the constructs could steal the Cosmic Control Rod via shape-shifting powers or by brute force completely flipping the numbers advantage. His nature as a walking Lantern Corps means Larfleeze himself could fare fine against the Annihilation Wave, especially with his AoE attacks. His ring could resist any matter manipulation Annihilus tries. Legally owns a plot of land on Earth. What the fuck are these goddamn last three? God damn it. Disadvantages. Much dumber than Annihilus. But like, that... I don't understand that. He's dumber, but in a fight, that's not that relevant. When they're both stupid in fights, right? Like, they don't strategize. They're just brawlers. Annihilus... Dude, his plans and scheming keeps up with the Guardians of the fucking universe. Okay? That guy's not a retard whenever it comes to that. I still don't know. He's like a goofball, a doofus, yeah. But, like... especially in the older shit, that man is a savage, cunning motherfucker. Like, a savage motherfucker. Annihilus has better survivability fighting without hands or grave wounds. So I guess he can't lose his... So if Larfleeze doesn't lose... If they both lose their arms, then I guess Annihilus has an advantage here. Except for not, because Larfleeze could still use his ring. Has much better feats with energy draining. Larfleeze's regeneration is a big advantage nonetheless. Anything short of killing him would be problematic for Larfleeze. None of Larfleeze's base powers can put Annihilus down for good, as much less resources on hand compared to Annihilus's Legion of Technology. Constructs are far less numerous than the Annihilation Wave. Throne World and Negative Zone teleportation could be problematic for Larfleeze. Catching Annihilus only has one on-screen appearance. It's Injustice. Must be corrected. Only has one on-screen appearance? Are they talking like the animated series? I agree, I guess. Comparable with stats and overall scaling, matches Larfleeze in scale and speed due to Thor scaling. Energy absorption is far more important than Larfleeze's. Annihilation Wave numbers crush the Construct army, and also match the Constructs in overall versatility and powers. Can deal with Constructs via energy absorption and molecular control that could easily break down Larfleeze's force fields. Much smarter in terms of his ability to create technology. Far greater arsenal, has more ships, weapons, Throne World's vessels. Throne World's teleportation technology nullifies Larfleeze's energy signature teleportation and can put fleets of Annihilation Weave anywhere they want. Superior generation and survivability. Almost all of Larfleeze's powers cannot put down Annihilus. The Undisputed King of Trash Talking and his Christmas special. Disadvantages: his high-end showings for power aren't nearly as consistent for Larfleeze. Every member of the Annihilation Wave gets killed by Larfleeze or his constructs and will get added to his army, slowly turning Annihilus's numbers advantage against him. But absorbing the orange light would give Larfleeze more juice to simply take back and power himself back up again. Annihilus would be overwhelmed by Ophidion's corruption. Constructs can't simply respawn by Larfleeze's command if Annihilus absorbs them. Larfleeze resists fear manipulation and other forms of mental attacks, has a history of getting robbed of his cosmic control rod, and Larfleeze is really good at stealing shit. That's true. Far less experience when it comes to Larfleeze, who's been alive for billions of years, except for the Orange Lantern creation, which would completely bypass the rebirth cycle and make Annihilus part of his construct army due to no protection against soul haste or essence absorption. And then the rest are memes. Okay, so overall, how's this shit go? Seems like they're general. Larfleeze only needs to kill once for Annihilus's soul to be trapped inside the Orange Lantern Ring, with the massive advantage of having a more powerful army in Larfleeze's corner that only gets bigger and bigger with time. There's only so much Annihilus can do. Sure, hypothetically, reversing time with the temporal powers of the cosmic control rod would do something, but all it would do is delay the inevitable. Larfleeze's army would once again get more powerful. Annihilus could realistically mess up time enough times for where Larfleeze ends up in a situation where he's losing, but the truth is, Annihilus has never fought like this, and the likelihood of him exercising time manipulation as a win con is pretty low. As far as traveling backwards or forwards in time to minimize the time it takes to regenerate, Annihilus has never done this and would not know how to. He doesn't have cosmic awareness, and we cannot say for sure that we know he exactly does at what point in time he can teleport to. And this is assuming Annihilus has not been turned into an Orange Lantern construct by then. So no matter what option Annihilus has, whether it be overwhelm with the Annihilation Wave or try to capture him on board and siphon his energy or take him on combat, Larfleeze has many ways to turn the tide in the end, especially in his options to reduce the numbers advantage against Annihilus. While Larfleeze is far inferior in terms of intelligence, the one thing he knows how to do is steal something that benefits him, via himself or his constructs, who would take the cosmic control rod and then make the Annihilation Wave benefit him now under his command, or have his constructs chomp through them and make them all Orange Lanterns, leaving Annihilus to fend for himself before he ultimately falls to the Orange Light of Avarice. So while Annihilus might have a might of his own, the unique ray of abilities, and his unkillable nature, Larfleeze has the right powers, experience, sheer greed, drive, and powers to bring down Annihilus, making him the newest member of the Orange Lantern Corps. Annihilus puts Larfleeze through the ringer, but not the impossible nod against the Orange Lantern. Larfleeze takes the winner. Yo, I could agree more. Big Smoke says, bro, who the fuck wrote this blog? They're pretty fair to both sides, but why is this one downplaying Larfleeze? I think a Larfleeze downplay here, you might be able to, like, argue that this kind of situation in general, like this matchup, I don't think they did the best job for both sides, because I am not a Marvel expert. I have read very little Annihilus. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That's why I wasn't like gonna go too hard on things going on with Annihilus. But like, dude, like the Larfleeze stuff, they had all the scans, but kind of like a lot of these different factions, they have all the scans in the world, but I think their interpretations need a little bit of work, or maybe the scans that they utilize need to maybe the scans they need to use, they need to be like actually reflective of what they're saying, or like the best examples of what they were saying. That's probably the best thing I could say. Yo, clearly all 4 judges went for Larfleeze on this one, so that's rough, bro. I really didn't expect this, especially considering the long, like, wealth of history that Annihilus has, because Annihilus is, like, genuinely on some shit, dude. That guy is, I will admit, I've been talking a lot of shit on the guy, but, like, I haven't done anything too wild crazy, man. Yeah. I don't think that he's running around like the high tier lanterns and just like ragdolling them, because like outside of white and black lanterns, this guy is it. Like he really is that guy. The man's just on some shit. But yeah, so that's Larfleeze versus good old Annihilus. What you guys think? What you guys think down low? Is that a W1? I gave you guys my interpretation of it. And hopefully Jobber will stop bothering me about this damn specific one as time goes on. But yeah, it was definitely something. Not too bad. I give this blog, from what I'm aware of, like a 7 out of 10. 6, maybe 7 out of 10. Yeah, somewhere in there. That's what I would say, homies. But let's get this chat livening up a little bit. W's in chat to start up this next thing, because this next one, this next one's for all my lantern homies, dude. This one is so goddamn funny. I'm dying for this next one, okay? And all my lantern homies are gonna enjoy this one. So I watch a bunch of just random shit on YouTube all the time, and I came across this guy named Solid JJ recently, and bro, this is so funny. I laughed for like a solid 15 minutes whenever I watch this. I gotta stop watching his content unless I'm streaming it, because it's such good quality content. Hold up, I'm gonna have to edit my stream here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll make this meme a little bit larger here, so y'all can see this shit. That should be good. Alright, homies, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this action? This is gonna be a short skit. We're not even gonna watch the whole thing. It's just so worth it, dude. I laughed so hard at these, and I gotta spread the love to the Theromax Corps, okay? Yo, it's called the Superhero Editorial Room, alright? And in the Superhero Editorial Room, all these characters go to basically find out what's going to happen with them, like in the future of the company they work at, okay? And today we're rolling up to, I'll just let you see it, because this is just so god tier.
Hey, you wanted to see me? Al Jordan, the man of the hour. Let me start off by saying that we thank you for an amazing 30 years. I mean, every story we throw at you is a hit after hit. Oh, shucks. Well, the writer's room think you've been doing so hot that we'd have a little fun here. We wrote some ideas and put them on some cards. Draw one. Whatever you get, it'll be your next story. Well, gee whiz, that sounds cool. Let's see what I get. Oh, aren't you gonna tell me what you got?
It just says genocide.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that one was gonna be in there.
What does that mean?
Oh, it means you're gonna do a genocide.
What?
Yeah, complete character assassination. Yeah, you're evil.
Why?
Why not? Because I'm the Green Lantern. Yeah, you still are. I'm pretty sure the Lantern Corps has rules against genocide. Yeah, that's why you kill him. You wipe him out completely. Just take this, wipe in your ass. Green Lantern. Why? Hold the card. No, I mean, why would I do that? What would drive me to go completely insane? Oh. Oh, they'll figure it out. What do you mean? They don't figure it out.
Figure it out.
Eventually. You're just gonna completely hurt my character. He's gonna completely fuck me. Without any plan. No idea how it's gonna happen. Yeah, welcome to comic books. I'm glad they're gonna at least retcon it permanent. Oh my god. Hey, no, don't worry. The world still needs a Green Lantern. Hey, you're right, that's true. So why don't you meet him real quick? Kyle, come in.
Hey, sorry if I'm intruding here. Oh, nice to meet you, Hal. You suck.
I'm gonna find that out now, yeah.
Yeah, kid's gonna eat this shit up. Right? Yeah, that's great, Al. All right, I'll give you a call later, all right? All right, Kyle, take a seat. You wanted to ask me something?
It's just I got my card the other day, and all it says on it is refrigerator. Like, what's that all about?
Dude, this is all my card says is refrigerator. Yo, god tier, dude. That is some god tier ass writing. They need more. We need more of those memes, dude. There's also one on Wally West that's pretty funny too. I don't know if I can find that real quick. But that one, dude, the one on Wally West is fucking god tier as well. I could laugh my ass off at that for like all of fucking time. Yo, what did Hal do? Well, Hal kind of does go on that genocidal path, alright? I can't even make it up, bro. It's just how it is, alright? Oh god, yeah, those are hilarious. Those are hilarious, bro. I could laugh at those forever. But that was a quick brief brief break from that wonderful blog we were messing with earlier, because Jesus, that blog was a long one. Thank you, Jobber, for dooming me to that wonderful fucking blog. But that being said, let's move on to the next meme, boys. Okay, yo, the next video we got is gonna be a pretty short one. Apparently, channel homie Jobbers and Goons is repping some Goku versus Doomsday video. I would go to the original video, but I really do enjoy hearing his. I really do enjoy hearing his interpretations of some of this stuff, because he gives some unique interpretations on content that I'm not like the crazy most versed in the whole world. So let's see what Dr. Goon has been up to over in the world of his channel.
It's your boy Dr. Goon, and due to the likes just being ran up at an extreme rate, despite the fact I dropped that video super late, which I apologize for, we're back with another debunk, okay? I have to give him credit. If you're like drunk or high, watching some of Danko's content will have you roll.
Oh no, it's a fucking Danko video. Oh no.
Okay, shit gets real over there. Again, no hate his way. Go sub to him if you want to, whatever. Definitely don't go hate on him. Because of me, that's whack. Just enjoy the analysis of what
you don't need to hate him because of.
And if you love content like this, you love the return of debunks, let's run this up to 400 plus likes. That would be absolutely amazing, and we will continue.
Let's see what he's got.
Our journey. Also, check out my new Twitter I started for the channel, and check out my Discord where we do games, prizes, D&Ds, giveaways, and more, while making sure to subscribe here because we are on the road to 30,000 subs, and we're nearly there. So excited for it. But yeah, getting back on track. Someone, when I had brought up the debunks returning, when I had gone on some rants, when I was reviewing stuff live, I heard a few times that Danko did Goku versus Doomsday. I was like, no way, no shot, he did this. Because they're like, yeah, he did it, and he said Goku stomps. Like, all right.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's a different format than he usually does. And sure enough, he said Goku at his best, which for best for Goku, he said it was Mastered Ultra Instinct, versus Doomsday at his best. He says Goku massively outstats. Wouldn't even have to think about matching to Doomsday because of Ultra Instinct. He said no matter what you say, Goku without thinking just speed blitzes Doomsday. It's just a massive stat difference, all that shit, right?
Oh no!
And he said for the most part, Doomsday is not that strong and sucks. Okay, let's get into that.
Yo,
so first of all,
there is no way this man character assassinated Doomsday to rep Goku, bro. That's crazy. Like, something I don't get about, like, the entire community in general is that, for some reason, there's, like, this prevailing thought that whenever you cover a versus match, you have to shit on one side to make the other one win. Bro, why would you do that to Doomsday? Why would you say he has no feats when he's fighting a guy who is, like, fighting other guys who blow up entire timelines, can move through all of time, can threaten realms beyond space and time? Like, how do you guys say that with a straight face and not look like an idiot? It's so unfortunate.
This was wild for me to watch because if you guys didn't know, I've interviewed the most current Doomsday writer, Philip Kennedy Johnson, who wrote the infamous newer story, Doomsday in Hell. We clearly see, and I talked to Philip about this, shout out Philip Kennedy Johnson, fire comic writer, straight up said, yeah, it's OG Doomsday. Like, he's around here wilding out. Well, in the Danko video, this goofy goober says that pretty much every version of Doomsday sucks. His only good
What?
feats were in Hunter Prey, and
What?
that everything else is ass. Like, he's just cloned.
Bro, in Hunter Prey, right before Hunter Prey, he killed fucking Superman and every... Well, not, he didn't kill the other Justice Leaguers, but he beat the dog shit out of every other Justice Leaguer who was there. Everyone received an ass kicking besides Hal Jordan, because he wasn't there. He's too cool, obviously.
He's not as strong as he originally was, all that. Well,
There is nothing indicating Doomsday only got weaker.
it takes about 10 seconds.
There's other versions of Doomsday that do exist out there, like people are cloning him and stuff, but that's not the original Doomsday.
of reading comics to understand that a cloned version of something isn't the same thing.
Yeah, literally.
That's like saying the cloned Thor that started
Died in
enemy
Civil War.
that led to, Thor coming back and beating the shit out of Iron Man. That's like saying that clone
Or killed
is as strong
Foster.
as Thor and
in Civil War.
is Thor. That makes zero sense. There's no way you can logically conclude that. I don't know why he did that. I'm being fair to him.
Like, in the real world, people put so much real world logic into this shit, dude. Like, in the real world, if I created an exact clone of you that had all of your memories, yeah, you would be comparable to the other person. But we are not in the real world, okay? Science cannot replicate these metahuman powers that these characters have 100%, even if the characters think they can, because consistently throughout all of Marvel, or even DC, that's just not been the case. So you also have to look at the history, consistency of the universe to kind of come to that conclusion.
Because Doomsday in Hell, I think, came out a little after his video dropped. But to say he only has good feats in Hunter Prey is crazy. Because, when you get to the Goku, and, spoiler alert for the rest of the video, Doomsday beats the shit out of Goku. Terrible.
Facts.
But to say only Hunter Prey version was strong, and then try to pin down
Justify
clone
it via that.
Doomsdays to be the real one is insane. First of all, when people try to argue Goku versus Superman, they say Superman's not consistent, his best showings aren't all the time, he's not always at peak showings. Well, guess what? It's even worse to put him against Doomsday.
Doomsday, because
doesn't
Doomsday
give a
only
shit.
has
He's-
good.
he's
He
just a
only
killer.
has good feats. Like, there's no downplay feats for the original Doomsday that are, like, meaningful. This guy was swinging hands with Imperiex, doing performatively just as good, if not superior, than fucking Superman and the Darkseid against Imperiex. Like, bro, this dude is, like, on some shit, man.
Like, he's gonna rip you apart. He's a pressure fighter too. Like, he's on your ass as soon as he sees you. Doomsday doesn't care. Has some of the best adaptive abilities we have seen in comic books. And
Facts.
he brings out literally the best in Superman. Superman does not hold back against Doomsday.
He
because
can't.
He's not quite sure he can beat
He'll know
Doomsday.
he dies.
Where
Yeah,
there
if
is
he
the
fucking doesn't.
conceptual idea of hope within Superman, there's the conceptual idea of Doomsday, the end times, the anti-hope in Doomsday himself. So bad that he's transcended to the idea of the devil for Kryptonians who don't even have religion, okay? It's batshit crazy. And he made a big
Yeah, they
emphasis
do.
on, if we take Doomsday at his best, that means we have to take Goku at his best. First of all, going on a rant saying Doomsday's overrated doesn't really do much, while proceeding to bring up cloned feats, that's not his best.
True.
Goofy Goober.
That's
I'm
fucking
doing my
weak.
best to not personally attack, because I feel like Goofy Goober's a pretty fun insult, if you will. I think it's very lighthearted, so we're calling him a Goofy Goober. But to go on that rant about how he's overrated and he has these moments and then say, we gotta take Goku at his best, why wouldn't you take Doomsday at his best? That's ridiculous. That's a absurd notion. He
Yeah.
fought Superman.
That's another thing that triggers me whenever it comes to, like, anime versus, like, comic book shit. They always look at comic book shit and say, yeah, but that's fucking stupid. It's inconsistent. Your character has been out for 40 years, and because they've been out for 40 years, like, that's fucking stupid. You can't just use every feat that they have. Well, it's like, well, guess what? Fucking Goku has been out for 40 years. Imagine if I tried to use that same fucking argument against Goku. Well, he's been out for 40 years. What is he? He never has consistently threatened the universe. That happened one time. It was an outlier. Like, do you see how, like, ridiculous that gets? Yo, for over 50% of his entire career, he couldn't... Actually, for 100% of his career, we've never seen him directly blow up a planet. Like, consistently, he's never blown up a planet. Like, using that kind of logic triggers me Just give both sides an honest assessment and let it happen, bro. It's so fucking simple. It's not hard.
Killed him, and they only retconned that he died because comics were banking without Superman. I might hate Superman, but he's so popular that DC getting rid of him destroyed the landscape and destroyed sales. They had to bring him back, okay?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
It was inevitable.
There's a completely different conversation about Doomsday. Doomsday's a regular Justice League tier threat. Like, I don't know if Danko would argue Goku beats the Justice League. I'm not quite sure he'd be brave enough to say that, but I don't think Goku can get down with them like that for obvious reasons. I've made plenty of content on it before. To say he outstats a guy who, at some of his weakest forms, was as fast, if not faster, than Flash and Superman? Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, what's Goku do whenever Doomsday develops the ability to adapt the key? God key. Or even the key of an angel. Or like whatever Ultra Instinct is. I think that's a God key that they're technically using. I'm not 100% sure on that. But like, what happens when he just absorbs it and uses it himself? Or just develops an ability that doesn't allow, develops a skin that doesn't allow that shit to harm him anymore? Bro, that shit is a nightmare for someone like Goku to fight. He is the ultimate counter to people who want to brawl him using powers.
Characters that can cross creation? Creation in DC going beyond time, space, dimensions, all those fancy words you want as a power scaler. DC has that, and the Superman types, the Wonder Woman types, the Flash types, they scale up to that. And you're saying a character who, not even at his best, massively outstatted by Goku? Now, here's the thing with Goku, and this is what I think screws him against comic characters right now. If we go with the super generous scale, say Goku's outer verse, let's say the afterlife is beyond all dimensions, all concepts of dimensions, and so you can scale him to there and up. Say he's outer verse. If you get that super generous with Dragon Ball scaling, and you take that generosity to DC, Doomsday would not notice Goku.
Yeah.
Doomsday would not notice.
He would break his hands punching Doomsday, and Doomsday wouldn't even care.
So to suggest, both at their peaks, Goku massively outstats? Absurd. Like, it's one of the most ridiculous takes I've seen. Don't get what he was going for. Doomsday stomps in however way he pleases. Goku gets outstatted, obviously, by Doomsday. And by the way, Master Ultra Instinct isn't the strongest Goku out there. That would be stuff like Xeno, Capsule Corps. Like, there's other versions of Goku you'd go with. So he's just wrong.
Anything other than the main canon is probably stronger. Not gonna lie.
There. I'm just thinking about doing a full scale of Goku. What do you guys think? Anyone down to sponsor that?
Yo, I would like to see his full scale of Goku, like every version, kind of see him just get, because like I do consider him like more on the higher tier of like scalers. He likes to do like more higher end interpretations and stuff, and I'm cool with that. I do the same thing for like DC. I'd be cool to see his higher end interpretations for like all the Goku shit, each individual version, because I hear so much about them, and I just don't care to like read a lot of the alternative universe Goku stuff. Yo, what's up, Tim? We got Tim chilling in the chat down here. Go check the guy on TikTok. He makes some pretty solid stuff, man. Yo. Yeah, definitely an interesting video. I have no fucking clue how you come to that conclusion. The thing that has always triggered me about Goku versus, like, comics is that if you're anywhere near as generous to comics as you are Goku scaling, then you're just not ever making it there with Goku scaling. Like, it's just unfortunate. Even if you offer the best stuff to them, and you give that same level of credibility to DC or Marvel, bro, their cosmologies dwarf them. They wouldn't even make it into the bleed. Like, all of Dragon Ball, if I was to put it inside the map, these guys aren't even making it to... Hold on, I'll just look this shit up real quick. Hold up. I got like 400 scans of this, but I don't got time to go find it. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Can I see the image? Oh my fucking god. These guys, bro. These guys. Okay, that should be good enough. Yo. The Dragon Ball existence doesn't even make it to this red stuff right here. I want you to think about that. Each one of these universes have infinite dimensions. So, the macrocosm to Dragon Ball wouldn't even fucking fit outside of these circles, because these circles all exist in the same spot at the exact same time, vibrating in different existences. Effectively like a multiverse, right? They wouldn't make it conceptually beyond all layers of space and time to make it into the bleed, this red stuff in between. And keep in mind, the Speed Force wall is here, so that's the limit to matter of any kind of function. Then you have the God Sphere, which is just concepts beyond space and time. So, like, Doomsday punched his way... Oh, you can't... Yeah, right here. Doomsday punched his way out of an outerversal realm right here to get back into reality. Doomsday is affecting structures that are conceptually multiple layers beyond anything we've seen them do. How could you ever come to the conclusion that, like, Goku is shredding these figures? That's just, like, laughable. It's just, like, hilarious. Big funnies, big sillies. Okay, well, we got through Goku versus Doomsday. We made it through the first video, or the first set of shit we watched. Oh boy. Yo, do I do it? I want to do this content with good old Dr. Goon, because I want to hear his takes on it. But I would love, this might just be a separate stream I do later on. I would love to start talking about the fucking Acolyte, okay? There's so much going on with the Acolyte. I might just record a conversation with a few people down the way, because there's so much going on in that show, and I don't think most people are, like, genuinely engaging with it. So I might follow up on Acolyte content down the way, simply because there's something cooking there. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Yo, we got Chad Maker making it in here. Let's go. I'll give him a free upgrade. He knows what's up. But yeah, I don't know. Is there something else you guys want me to mess with over here? Oh wait, no, that's right. I was supposed to do this one too. Yo, this is Goku vs Superman. Fixed. Okay? I take it back. Yo, so Okara is a fellow YouTuber. He reaches out to me. We talk every once in a while. We've got pretty different opinions on things. A little while back, he hit me up and he asked me, like, yo, dude, you should review my Goku vs Superman video. Don't judge me too much. So I don't know how much we're gonna judge in this one, boys. It's about to get real wild, I would imagine. It's about to get real interesting, dude. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okara, don't let me down. The Dragon Ball community is nothing but a letdown to me whenever it comes to power scaling. I love everything else in it. So, Okara, don't let me down. I know you watch my content. I know you have good scaling versus, like... I know you watch my content and have good Superman scaling, okay? So, don't let me down. Don't do it to me. Yo, actually, you know what? I gotta find out. Yo, in chat, boys, hit me with it. Will the video be a W? Or will Okara let me down? W or L? W's for Okara, L's for the negatives. Hit me with it, boys. I'm not gonna lie, I know he's really invested in Dragon Ball scaling. I think he's gonna let me down. I think he might let me down, but I'm really hoping not. I'm really hoping not. Oh man. Oh, we're leaning towards L's. Uh-oh, Kara. Let's hope you got it. Let's hope you made it.
People. Goku vs Superman. Let's go. The last time I covered this video, it was so wrong. It was so wrong. I was totally a comic fan, like...
Yo. Apparently it was so wrong last time. Let's go.
Superman is nowhere near as strong as I initially thought. And Goku is no nearly as weak as I initially thought.
Oh no, he's been converted!
I was such a DC wanker, wasn't I? I was such a DC. Let me show you just how much powerful Goku is. As we know, Goku was able to one-shot a previous level of power that surpassed his Super Saiyan God's macrocosm punches in base form. This means his base form can one-shot macrocosm tiers of power. Pretty simple. But we can take this even further when scaling the macrocosm. Now, depending on who you ask, you can scale the macrocosm anywhere from, well, universal.
Oh god. Oh god. No, this is... Okay, hopefully we don't go too far here. Because some people say, whenever somebody is scaling something and they use, well, like, some people say it has these ranges. And, like, sometimes ranges can be genuine whenever they say that. It's like, hey, it might be continental, it might be multi-continental, depending on some figures that you have here or something. But whenever we go from, it could be universal to multiversal plus to outer. Bro, those ranges are so fucking huge. The amount of evidence you need to reach those higher realms is large.
To outerversal. Really, it depends on your...
And sure enough, it goes straight from universal to outerversal. Bro, that is a huge jump. A huge jump. There's nothing that I have seen stating outerversal scaling for, like, canon Dragon Ball. I have not seen anything indicating outerversal.
My interpretations, I found it's a complex multiversal too. But again, you can still take this higher. Base Goku now scales
Complex
above his
multiversal.
previous Super Saiyan 3 form, which can match Kid Buu, whose attacks moved so fast
He
they
screamed.
could move whilst instant transmission was being take place, which, you know, transcends time. So, immeasurable to irrelevance B. Big one. But what about Superman?
Oh no. He didn't just give us a bunch of Japanese scans that didn't even translate them. Oh no.
Where does he scale?
How do I argue with how do I argue with Japanese text on screen that's not translated? Like 99% of these problems is literally mistranslations or people what on purpose or not on purpose translating those things to have scaling of that caliber. I have yet to see any credible like Dragon Ball scaler hit me with a scan that demonstrates in canon outerversal scaling.
Well, as we know, a amped
Unless you're thinking that instant transmission, whenever he does that, he's moving to a realm outside of time and space and then coming back in wherever in time and space that he wants. But if Goku had the ability to do such things, why didn't he just instant transmission outside of the universe whenever Goku Black was like threatening it? It can be a time beyond those things, but like, so? Maybe I'm just missing
is
it.
able
We'll
to
see.
one-shot the World Forager. Now, this World Forager may be weaker than his hypothetical full strength, but
I keep waiting for this I'm mega nerfed scan for World Forger. He was focused on something, he couldn't move. But because he was like holding the amp hammer or the crisis anvil and he was gonna strike it, he couldn't move or anything. He saw Superman coming, he reacted to Superman. But like nothing indicated his durability was less. I don't get that. He even says later on, I wouldn't fight Superman again because he would like kick my ass still.
Superman did do the thing nonetheless. And then later on, he stated to be stronger than ever before, which we can include as Cosmic Armor Superman as well, meaning base Superman is stronger than Cosmic Armor Superman. Very impressive. But how impressive is this? How powerful is Cosmic Armor Superman? Well, he was able to fight this dude, Mandrak. And this guy is so powerful, like he is really powerful. He is able to fight Cosmic Armor Superman, and both...
God damn it, I hate Mandrak so much. Look at how powerful Cosmic Armor Superman is, dude. Or look how powerful Mandrak is. He's so fucking strong. He fought Cosmic Armor Superman. It's like this endless loop of, but they both fought each other, so they're both strong. It's just
power
funny.
to destroy 52 universes.
Okay.
Universe
No, that's not what was happening there. He didn't have the power to do.
had the
Okay,
power to
that's so fucking no. So in that, he was striking him with the lifeblood of the 52 universes because he's powered by the bleed, the very thing that governs over those 52 universes in our localized Ori. The bleed itself is outside of any spatial dimension. It's like the bulk that contains everything in existence. Whenever it comes to like physics, like all the different spatial dimensions that exist. So why? Oh god.
52 universes.
Do you really think that when he attacked... These guys are conceptually beyond Limbo, a realm beyond the God Sphere. Do you think they're weaponizing universe-level attacks against one another? Cosmic Armor Superman earlier held Limbo in his hands and could crush it. Limbo contains everything in the map underneath the monitor sphere. So those monitors who governed over all of existence were terrified of Mandrak. They were fucking horrified of fighting him. And Goku is fighting him. So clearly, if you take this, you're taking it not out of context. I mean, yeah, out of context, but this is just like intentional downplay.
A universe in DC is slightly above a normal universe, which means this might actually be 50.
Slightly above the normal universe. Our universe is infinite in size, which to be fair, Dragon Ball is too. Also has the Source Wall in it, and has all sorts of figures who can rival some of these characters who are threatening this shit. So, and connections to higher dimensions as well.
3 universes in scaling. They also could take the heat of 10.
53 universes. It wasn't 53 universes, because the bleed, even in that era, if you went past the barrier the monitors put up, has an infinite amount of worlds in it, so still wrong.
Billion suns. Very oppressive too. That means it's very hot. Almost as hot as Australia. Pretty hot. But what about the World Forager feat, I hear you ask? Well, I'm glad you're asking, and it's not the voices in my head. Because that feat, 60. It is 60. Because it affected the 6th dimension. I mean, of course it's impressive. Superman has the power of suns. What about his speed, though? He's able to fight, well, Flash. He's able to move as fast as the Flash. Who is so fast that he trips on ice, like Captain Cold.
What
With
the
speed of
fuck?
ice,
Holy shit. Holy shit. You cannot tell me, because he tripped one time, he's not that fast. Even in the classic pre-crisis eras, we have characters running through fucking time, which included Superman. And he's gotten immeasurably faster than that. You've demonstrated scans that show that this is the fastest he's ever been.
300 kilometers per hour. Very impressive. But
Hold on, because in a fight, the Flash trips on speed, or trips on ice. You're saying that his speed is ice level. That's the downplay we're gonna have? Remember that one time Goku tripped? Does that mean he's like rock level?
Flash time travels, I hear you say. Well, that is a hack.
You're wrong. Time traveling is a speed feat for him, because he moves faster than the speed of light in DC through physical force, and as a result he's thrown outside of all of space and time. If you want more context to that, let's just revisit the good old multiverse map. Wrong one. Oh no, I will have to actually find the OG multiverse map because I need the shit on the side. 1 second, homies. Maps, maps, maps. Where do I keep my massive ass maps section for DC? Here we go. Here's a transparent one that's kind of cool I'll use. Oh no, apparently it's not transparent. I take it all back. And I need the side shit. Okay, let's look down here. Speed Force Wall, otherwise known to the denizens of the Ori as the speed of light. It is only a limit to matter. He's moving physically so fast, he's moving faster than light. That's how you get past that wall. What you're thinking of is vibration, where he goes to other worlds in the Ori of worlds. But those worlds all exist in the same place on different vibratory planes. He does use a vibratory hacks to move to these worlds, but when he's time traveling, he's not just traveling to a parallel universe. He's traveling within this world, further down its time stream. Or on the actual time stream, which should be like somewhere out here, bare minimum. He's running around that, which contains all of the times of everything below it. That is a speed feat. So we're unfortunately just wrong there.
Ability, and not his speed.
Hold on, Superman has done this through speed. Green Lantern has done this through speed. Who else do you want that demonstrates this through raw speed feats? And hold on, if we're gonna say that this is a hacks, how is instant transmission not a hacks? It is not a raw speed feat.
So unfortunately, Superman doesn't scale to this. But Superman ran through the bonds of flew through the bonds of infinity.
He fucking flew through the bonds of infinity. You even have the scan.
That's
What?
right. But I don't care. The gap is so huge, right? Well, the gap can be even.
Wait, what? So hold on.
But Superman ran through the bonds of flew through the bonds of infinity. That's right. But I don't care. The gap.
Oh, Kara, what the fuck, bro? I expect more out of you. What do you mean you don't care that a character did a feat? What happens if people use that same logic against Goku? Well, all of Goku's feats? I don't care. That's such a bad way to hand wave all
It's
that.
so huge, right? Well, the gap can be even wider. You see, Goku has statements alone that says he is beyond
He's
balance
trolling.
and beyond tearing.
Okay, he's just fucking trolling. Holy shit. He got me so
He
good.
does not. He scales above cosmic armor Superman, who can move his hand in a cool fashion. Yeah, doesn't scale to it whatsoever. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this shit show of a video. I hope you enjoyed the video.
But so I think was this him making fun of Dragon Ball fans? Actually, I can't even tell. Yo, chat, hit me up. Was he making fun of Dragon Ball fans? Or was is he making fun of DC fans? I don't even know. I feel like I got mind hacked in the middle of that video and we just changed directions entirely. It could have been a troll video, but fuck it, it might not have been. I don't know. What do you guys think down low, dude? That was fucking crazy. If it's a meme video, then 10 out of 10. Hey, you know what? He's hung out with enough 6D DC fans to make those arguments ironically enough to make it sound like it was his actual perspective. Yeah, it does look like he's big trolling. Yo, big shout outs to Okara. I'll admit I'm a shitty fellow YouTuber. I'm bad about watching anyone's content. But go like and subscribe to his content. I don't know how the rest of his content goes in terms of every video. Hopefully they're a little bit more serious than this. And I know his opinions have changed pretty hard over time whenever it comes to a lot of these characters. I feel like this video is pretty strong evidence of it. But yeah, I don't know, funny. He hits me up and he's one of the Dragon Ball dudes that isn't insane that I've talked to before and actually values new information and stuff. So yeah, check him out, man. He's pretty fun. Same with Jobbers and Goons and Solid JJ and everyone else we kind of watched on the stream today because I watch a lot of people's stuff and I really want them to get the same kind of love that you guys do here. So go watch their content, go sub, man, and make sure you're liking this video. How the fuck this video ain't got any likes on this action, huh? We should have 1 billion likes by this point in time. The whole I don't care killed me. Yeah, that shit blew my fucking mind, I ain't gonna lie. I got fucking major debated there. Alright, I'll hold off on Acolyte memes for another stream. This is mainly DC shit. What should we talk about, guys? You got me for a little bit longer. What are we here to talk about? What's something else I should review? Hold on, was there another one of those fucking hideous ass things that Jobber sent me? It was 400 fucking... Jackinsten. That Jackinsten guy, I know him from somewhere. Oh yeah, that's right, I think he's in Tim's server. Let's see here, where's my Jobber scans? There's JobberGodot in my DMs. Who else was it? It was a Larfleeze, and then it was... Versus. I'm just gonna type in verses, we'll see what we get. Bangs blogs, for that one. I can't remember. Jobber had another one of these damn things he wanted me to do, but may not find it. Oh god. Fuck you, Big Smoke, okay? Fuck you, Big Smoke, for making me do this. Just so you guys know, everyone here can blame Big Smoke for this action, okay? Larfleeze community tab. You know what? Let's just go down for a little while and let's just look at some of the takes that we got going on here on the world's favorite community member, good old comic curator. Okay, me every time somebody says this character can beat Cass. That's actually very accurate. You know what? That's true. Okay, this is actually canon. You know what? I don't agree with comic curator on a lot, but this is true, bro. He gets so triggered whenever somebody tries to beat Cass. That's just science. 100-1. Despite Mr. Williamson confirming the greater Omniverse is the return of the infinite web of multiverses from the COIE era, and more videos from other forums make sure nobody will see this. Like Newsrama, will be mass reported to shut down anyone from seeing Grant's interviews. Do you think people are trying to shut down Grant Morrison? He's like one of the biggest comic book writers of all time. Why would they be trying to shut down Grant Morrison's reach? Let's see if this even says what he says it does. If you've been paying attention to DC Comics event Dark Crisis, you might need to pay attention as the title of the event is changing to Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, announced at San Diego Comic-Con at the Dark Crisis panel. Joshua Williamson and artist Daniel Sampier revealed that the event was a sequel to the original groundbreaking Crisis on Infinite Earths by George Perez and Mark Wolfman. We've kept the name a secret at the start because we didn't want to give away what was happening in the middle of the story with the return of Infinite Earths, said writer Joshua Williams. Hold on, I can't be that stupid. There's no way. So he's saying that there wasn't infinite worlds before this, even though we have statements at the end of Death Metal saying there's an infinite multiverse that exists. And the worlds that we even see during Dark Crisis at the very end exist outside of the source wall somewhere. So, like, that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Oh god, here's another short VC where he talks to somebody and confirms everything he believes with somebody else who also believes everything he believes. I had a short VC with a friend who wanted to restate this as simply as possible. Vandal made the Great Darkness using the Gold Lantern Ring. Bro, there's just so much wrong with that statement. If you've seen any of my videos on that, you'll know how fucking stupid that shit is. Yo, what's up, Majin? The entire timeline was wiped out and deleted. No, it wasn't. They were all trolled and laughed at him for being stupid. That means everything that happened in its entire history was removed from existence. Metal to the end of Dark Crisis timeline that was deleted by Vandal Savage. That is just not true. They literally say you're an idiot at the end of that comic. The Great Darkness, TTK Perpetua, the hands, everything. Keep in mind, he's saying that he created a Great Darkness with a Golden Lantern Ring, which he didn't have a Golden Lantern Ring, he had a Ring of Great Darkness. He's saying he created that Ring of Great Darkness and the Great Darkness itself that's been threatening things since then. And including figures who came from the Overvoid, that Lantern Ring of his is affecting beings from the Overvoid. What the fuck? Remember, Epoch said he experienced timelines with and without Perpetua in them. These are all hypertime crises, not regarding the flaw itself, even though they use a map referring to the entire flaw, and has no evidence that any of these are hypertime crises. This is just so fucking bad, dude. It gives me cancer to read these. Holy shit, dude. This is just cancer. The Great Darkness, and holy shit, this dude is deleting. He posts like 1 billion of these fucking things. He's like deleting a bunch of these, I'm pretty sure. Because every fucking goon in the world sends me every time he posts one of these dumbass things, so I unfortunately have to keep up with all this fucking dog shit. The Great Darkness and Perpetua and the entire Dark Multiverse considered not real things that were never detected from beyond the actual source worlds by these dudes. The Dark Multiverse is not outside the source wall. The Great Darkness and Perpetua are beings beyond them, so if they don't know, that means they scaled beyond them. And, to be fair, the Great Darkness is way beyond anything inside creation, so they have no way to, like, judge that in any meaningful capacity. and fragments of itself had been left inside of reality, which may have confused them. But more so than that, Perpetua still exists. They reference Perpetua and characters from the Dark Multiverse. The Dark Multiverse is, like, still a thing. Perpetua was still referenced. The Great Darkness was still around. We even saw him. So, like, all stupid. Did all of this not happen, or are these guys wrong? Well, until we get more evidence that even though other characters are referencing characters that happened in their timeline didn't happen, like, you're gonna have to, like, try harder on that one. I don't know. This one's just fucking lame. Why can't he just make a good argument? Like, every once in a while, I'll admit he'll say some shit that's kind of surprising. But, like, why can't he just make a genuinely, like, good argument? Let's read this one. Floor 100 of the skyscraper isn't outside of the skyscraper. It's still part of the structure. We shouldn't have to explain this to others. Not in the overvoid equals in the jar. Everything that was is in the jar. Also, don't forget about the editorial that says that said it includes everything that will ever be written in the DCU as well. His scan is cut off, so you can't even read it. The foundation of the universe beneath hers being written from the sixth and highest plane of existence. So, the funny part here is he thinks that... oh my god. So he thinks that in Final Crisis, keep in mind, this is older content, it's outdated. But in a realm outside of reality, reality within this context is literally the Ori of worlds. The Monitor studied the Ori, a structure containing all existence. All existence within this context is the Ori of worlds. The God Sphere isn't even in here. Limbo is seen as verbatim outside of this specific structure. That doesn't even make sense. In the 2018 Justice League run, they go to nil. They go there. And Superman's like, oh, I've been here before. So, if everything in Perpetua's multiverse takes place inside of a jar, then why are the brothers three who were born outside of that jar in the Overvoid coming in, remembering everything that's ever happened, and going to structures outside of it, and saying they need to go beyond this structure in order to get to the final structure, the sixth dimension? You can put a text on there that says this, but that doesn't mean it's actually in there. Like, come on now. Let's grow up. Let's use an adult argument that isn't just something you see on a scan. Let's combine some things together. Oh, this just says Nazis showing up in a server. Fuck that shit. Don't go troll other people's servers like that. There's no goddamn reason for it. The rest of this is just kind of dog shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much nothing new. This man made a greater omniverse guy. This guy doesn't even believe in the greater omniverse, so I'm not entirely sure how he's doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of dog shit, not gonna lie. Yo, what's up, Fear Edits? Welcome to the party. Yeah, I don't know what this stuff is, bro. I can't explain to you guys half of this shit in like 10 minutes. Maybe I should just do a whole stream day where I go through and I fucking just cover a bunch of videos on his channel. I just like hard run his entire channel, just jump things up to like 1.5 times speed because he's a little bit like winded. Or a little bit airy whenever he talks, a little bit drawn out. So like, I just want you guys to like look at the general content of this. Like, people do clicks for like bait videos and stuff. So like, I get that. I get people got to do things for like clout and to be popular and stuff. But like, look at these. The DC Comics iceberg religion, which that is a thing, which I probably should cover that at some point in time. The meaning of Final Crisis revealed. I wouldn't mind watching that just to hear his weird interpretation of things. Who believed Perpetua into existence? Bro, like, just absolute fucking insanity, okay? Believing the dark side believed Perpetua into. This is, we're coping on a degree unknown to man. But it's something crazy and radical. So people are going to click on it because they're going to think, no way. And he's a pretty convincing guy. This whole video was like hilarious to watch. I haven't seen this one. Like this one, Nick Wotan Dreams DC Comics. What the fuck? Half of this guy's channel is just dedicated to shitting on anyone who's not Cosmic Armor Superman in some way. Like seriously, every third or every other video has Cosmic Armor Superman or Mandrak in it. Or he puts edited scans. You know, he edited Lucifer not being in the Overvoid to it being the Bleed. And calling the Bleed the Sea of Brahma. Which unironically up here is he'll say is the Great Darkness. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Holy shit. Holy shit. These shit is, this shit is just cancer, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand how people like this get views, but it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Comic Curator reads his comics through YouTube Shorts and TikTok, Lamau. I can't say that. The guy reads a lot of comics. You know what? I would do a lot of things, but I wouldn't downplay. I wouldn't downplay Comic Curator like that. The guy, if anything, reads a fuck ton. He just can't grapple with any of it in a meaningful capacity. Is this my video? Yeah, this is my video. He reacted to me. Man got 11k views for reacting to my video. He's so mad. Oh well, that's pretty much it, boys. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. That's pretty much everything, homies. I think we're gonna call it here. I'm probably gonna jump on the server, just hang out and talk, do our thing. So if you guys ready to come hang out, chill, there was a Discord link somewhere up there. It'll be good till like the end of the day or something. So join up, maybe send it to a friend. But if you're a troll, we'll ban your ass. Cause I deal with enough frustration in the real world. I don't know crazy motherfuckers rolling up down here. But no further ado, homies. I think that's what we're doing. I think we'll catch you next time. Later, Lantroots.
Ugh. This was terrible, Lumos. I was on YouTube, watching a friend's channel. He was showing me cancer. Yeah. I could see him aging before my eyes while he was reading it. It was terrible. I mean, there's only so much you can do with stupid when you see stupidity. I love how that one video was so confusing. You didn't know if he was shitting on DC or was he shitting on Goku. It's like the mind hacks here is so crazy. Gorilla Garot wishes he had this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't even get why anybody makes the ice argument. It's like, do you think that just because you have super speed, you can't trip? It's nice out. I should probably go walk.
Let's say that at 17 years old, let's say that a girl has had 5 sexual partners, and there's a guy who's